Assalamualaikum. How are you all? Hope you all have started studying for FA1. All got the PDFs now, completed neatly, right neatly in your new books. Okay? Only one lesson is there. No one should get bad marks. A new lesson, respiration. Respiration, the definition and all, I think you all are studying from 4th, 5th grade, isn't it? Respiration means breathing in and breathing out of air. Breathing in oxygen and breathing out carbon dioxide. It is the simplest definition of respiration. Now, what all are the changes involved in the body, in the lungs, in the gaseous exchange, we'll see in the lesson. Okay, this is our chapter 2. We are starting today. Respiration, the energy producing system. Using food to carry out life process is key to life for all living beings in both multicellular or unicellular organisms. In this chapter on nutrition, we have discussed already, we have finished how the body draws out nutrients from the food taken in. The food provides energy for all biological activities only after breakdown through the process called respiration. Thus, respiration leads to final utilization of food. Normally, respiration takes place in oxygen-rich environment. Cells of living body use food constantly to help our body to function properly. They require the presence of gas, food material and some chemicals. The term respiration is derived from the Latin word respire, meaning to breathe. Refers to whole chain of process from inhalation of gas, inhalation of air to the use of oxygen in the cells. To begin with, we shall study the relation of gases and the process of respiration. Discovery of gases and respiration. The term respiration came into use a century after the word breathing was used. Way back in the 14th century, what happened? It was used much before people knew that air is a mixture of gases. They hardly knew anything about all the life processes that took place internally in a living body. Respiration, which was used as a medical term, usually referred to as a process involving passage of air and production of body heat. It was not until 18th century when Lavoisier and Priestley did a comprehensive work on the properties of gases, their exchange and respiration, that we came to know something about how the process of gaseous exchange goes on in our body. You have already studied about the Priestley's experiment in the earlier classes. You have an account of it in the chapter on nutrition as well. Recall the concepts and answer the following questions. Can it be said that Priestley's experiment helped us to find out the composition of air? Lavoisier also carried out several experiments, isn't it, to make us understand the property of gases. Remember that bell jar experiment? Candle was there, rat was there, okay? Rat died. But when we kept a small plant inside it, mint plant or something, it survived. It got oxygen from the plant. In his earlier experiments, it was clear that Lavoisier thought that the gas liberated on heating powdered charcoal in a bell jar, kept over water in a trough like fixed air. In those days, what happened? Carbon dioxide was known as fixed air. Which gas is called fixed air, children? Carbon dioxide, CO2. You have to write capital C, capital O in the same size, and 2 below O, near to O. The next series of experiments dealt with the combustion of phosphorus in a bell jar. From these studies, Lavoisier showed that whatever in the atmospheric air which combined with phosphorus was not water vapor. His final words are that the substance which combines with the phosphorus is either air itself or another elastic fluid present in a certain proportion in the air which we breathe. This was the respirable air, a component of air that also helped in breathing, burning. What was produced by combustion? According to Lavoisier, what did Lavoisier find out about air from his experiments? What conclusion can be drawn from Lavoisier experiments? Lavoisier noticed that there was a profound difference between the air in which combustion of a metal had been carried out and the one which had served for respiration. The air that we breathe out precipitated lime water, while after heating metal did not. From this he deduced that there were two processes involved in respiration, and that of these he probably knew only one. Therefore he carried out another experiment by which we showed that only 1/6 of the volume of vitiated air. What is vitiated? A term used then to show that air from which the component needed for burning had been removed consists of chalky acid gas, fixed air. Therefore, to recreate common air from vitiated air, it was not merely enough to add appropriate amount of air needed for burning or respirable air. Even while burning, we need air. Was experiment when we lit a candle. We have put glass, isn't it, on it, inverted gas on it. So what happens? The burning candle did not burn. The smoke, there was only smoke. It went off. Why? Because it needs oxygen to burn. He drew immediately the logical conclusion regarding the process of respiration. Either eminently respirable air is changed in the lungs of chalky acid air, or an exchange takes place. The eminently respirable air being absorbed and an almost equal volume of chalky acid air being given up to the air from the lungs. He had to admit that there were strong grounds for believing that eminently respirable air did combine with the blood. It combines with the blood and produces red color. Air combines with blood. But in due course, the scientists identified that due to hemoglobin, the blood is red in color. Which gas do you think Lavoisier is talking about when he says chalky acid gas means what? Which gas according to him is respirable gas? What steps in the process of respiration does Lavoisier mention as an inference of his experiment? A few lines from a textbook of human physiology written by renowned chemist John Draper around mid-19th century goes like this. The chief materials which a living being receives are matter that can be burnt, water and oxygen gas. And out of the action of these upon one another, all the physical phenomena of its life arise. What the body expels out, its water, oxide of carbon, phosphorus, sulfur and others. Thus we can see that the role of major compounds and elements in the process of respiration was known by mid-19th century. The events involved are not very clearly understood, but the people believe that there was some relationship of the heat produced in the body and the process of respiration. It is a common observation that our breath is warmer than around us, isn't it? When we breathe from our nose, we can feel it, something hot comes, isn't it? Does respiration have anything to do with this? Let us study the events involved in respiration in the human beings in this figure. Events or steps in respiration. What happens, students? There is no strict demarcation of events involved in the process. It's not necessary that this should happen after this only. It is a very complex process of several biochemical and physical processes. But for general understanding on what goes on, we shall study under the following heads: breathing, air movement into and out of the lungs, gaseous exchange of lungs level, exchange of gases between alveoli and blood, gas transport by blood, transport of oxygen from blood capillaries of alveoli to body cells, and return of carbon dioxide. Gaseous exchange at tissue level takes place, exchange of oxygen from the blood into the cells and carbon dioxide from cells into the blood. Next is cellular respiration, using oxygen in cell processes to produce carbon dioxide and water, releasing energy to be used for life processes. All 5 steps learn it: breathing, gaseous exchange at lungs level, gas transport by blood, gaseous exchange at tissue level also takes place. Then comes cellular respiration. That is the experiment. We'll see the homework for today. Draw the steps in respiration. What was another name of carbon dioxide in those days? And send the homework by between 5 to 8 children. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you. See you in next class.